Hello and welcome to another part of this chapter probability. In this part we shall discuss about transformation of two-dimensional random variables. We have already discussed about transformation rule for one-dimensional random variable. Now we shall discuss the same for the two-dimensional random variables. Let us assume that there are two random variables x and y corresponding to which the joint distribution is given. The distribution may be discrete or continuous, and if u and v be two random variables which are functions of x and y, so we assume that u equal to alpha xy, a function of x and y, and v is equal to beta xy, again a function of x and y. So if the distribution, actually the joint distribution of x and y is given, then we have to find the distribution corresponding to the random variables u and v. So as usual we shall consider two cases. In the first case we shall consider that x, the joint distribution, is discrete, and in the second case we shall assume that the distribution is continuous. First we assume that x and y are discrete. So if x and y are discrete variables, then the spectrums of x are suppose given by xi and the spectrums of y are given by yj, so that the spectrum for the joint distribution, these are order pair xi comma yj, and the mass at this spectrum point is given by fij. This is the joint mass at this spectrum point. So the joint distribution is a discrete distribution. In this case, if we define the new random variables u and v by these two equations, then we know that the spectrums of u, this will be ui, where ui will be alpha of xi comma yj. Just we have to replace the spectrums of x and y in this equation, then we shall get the spectrum of u. Similarly, the spectrum of v, these are vj, this will be equal to beta of xi comma yj. So using these equations or using these transformations, we shall get the new spectrums for the random variables u and v respectively. So once the individual spectrums are obtained, then we can easily find the joint spectrums which are given by ui comma vj, where ui equal to this and vj equal to this. So once the joint spectrums are obtained, we can easily obtain the mass of the joint distribution of u and v. Now in case of discrete distribution, we have already discussed it about for one-dimensional distribution, that only the spectrums are transformed but the masses remain unchanged. So the spectrums are changed according to these equations, and once the spectrums are known, then the masses will be unaltered, and we have to just rearrange the masses according to the spectrums. So this is the rule of transformation of two-dimensional discrete random variables. Now we shall give one example here. Let us consider this example. The PMF, the probability mass function of the two-dimensional random variables x and y, is given by this table. So the joint PMF is given. From here we have to find the distribution of u and v, where u equal to modulus of x and v equal to y square. So the transformation rule is given. From this rule we have to find the corresponding PMF for the joint distribution of u and v. So this is the joint distribution of x and y. The probability mass function is given. These are the spectrums of x and these are the spectrums of y, and these are the joint mass. Here also we can easily find the marginal distributions of x and y. These are the marginal masses of x and these three are the marginal masses of y. So from here we shall find the distribution or the PMF corresponding to the joint random variable u and v. Now if we apply the transformation u equal to modulus x on the spectrums of x, then we find that if we apply this transformation u equal to mod x, then it will be modulus of -1, which is 1, modulus of 0 which is 0 and modulus of 1 which is 1. So the spectrums of u will be 1 0 1. Similarly, if we apply the transformation v equal to y square on the spectrums of y, then we shall find that the spectrums will be minus 2 square which is 4, 1 square is 1 and 2 square is 4. So 4 1 4. So we have applied the transformations u equal to mod x and v equal to y square in the spectrums of x and y, so that we have got the spectrums of u and the spectrums of v. Now where we find that the two spectrums of u, these are same 1 and 1. So we can merge these two columns into a single column. So we have added the masses for these two spectrums, 1 by 6 equal to 1 by 3, etc. Now again we find that these two spectrums are same, 4 and 4. So we have to merge these two rows also. So if we add the masses for these two rows, then we find this joint PMF for the random variables u and v. So these are the two spectrums of u and these are the two spectrums of v, and these 4 are the corresponding joint mass for the joint distribution of u and v. Now if we add each rows and each columns, then we can easily find the marginal distributions of u and v. Actually these two are the marginal masses for the spectrums 0 and 1 of the random variable u, and these two are the marginal masses of two spectrums 1 and 4 for the random variable v. So that completes the solution. So if the joint PMF of x and y is given, then we can easily find the joint PMF of u and v by just transforming the spectrums and then rearranging the masses. Next we assume that the random variables x and y are continuous. In this case the joint PDF will be given. We assume that this is the given joint PDF of x and y, which is given by f x comma y, and this is the function of two real variables x and y. Now if two random variables u and v are given, which are functions of x and y, then we assume that the joint PDF of these two random variables u and v, it is denoted by f u comma v, and it is a function of two real variables u and v. Then the formula is that the joint PDF of u and v, that is f u comma v of uv, this will be equal to the joint PDF of xy, that is f x comma y. This will be multiplied by the modulus of the Jacobian, where the Jacobian is equal to, this is del x comma y by del u comma v, or this is equal to the determinant of del x del u, del x del v, del y del u and del y del v. Or sometimes we calculate del u comma v by del x comma y, that is 1 by j, and this is equal to determinant of del u del x, del u del y, del v del x and del v del y. Now remember that this formula is applicable only if j, that means the Jacobian, keeps the same sign throughout the interval where x and y are defined. So this formula is very much similar to that of one-dimensional distribution, that the joint PDF of u and v, this is equal to the joint PDF of x and y, it is multiplied by the modulus of the Jacobian if the Jacobian j keeps the same sign throughout the interval where x and y are defined. But if j changes sign throughout the interval, then we can't use this formula. In that case we have to find the joint PDF of u and v from the definition. Now in practical problem, instead of this Jacobian, we compute this Jacobian, and after that we take the inverse of that. Now let us consider one example. We consider this example. If two independent random variables x and y are uniformly distributed in the interval minus a to a, then find the distribution of the random variable x plus y. Here we assume that a is greater than 0. So we start the solution. It is given that x and y are independent random variables which are uniformly distributed in the interval minus a to a. That means x and y both satisfy uniform distribution in the interval minus a to a. Now we know that from one dimensional distribution that if a random variable x satisfies uniform distribution in an interval a to b, then its PDF is fx equal to 1 by b minus a when x varies from a to b and 0 otherwise. So in this case, the individual distribution of x, we shall denote it by fxx. Actually this is the marginal distribution of x. This is equal to 1 by b minus a, that is 1 by a minus of minus a. So 1 by 2a if x varies from minus a to plus a. We can consider less equal to here, because we know that in continuous distribution less than and less equal to have the same meanings. So this is the distribution of x which is uniform distribution in the interval minus a to plus a. Now similarly y satisfies uniform distribution in this interval also. So we assume that the PDF, actually the marginal PDF of y, this is fyy, which will be again 1 by 2a if y varies from minus a to plus a. Now we have to find the distribution for the random variable x plus y. For that we shall use the transformation rule for two-dimensional distribution. Now since x and y both are continuous distribution, these are uniform distribution, and we know that uniform distribution is continuous. So in this case we shall apply the formula for the transformation of two-dimensional continuous distribution. Before that we first find the joint PDF of x and y. Now it is given that two random variables x and y are independent. So from a given theorem we can easily find that the joint PDF of x and y, we shall denote it by fx comma y. This will be equal to the multiplication of the marginal PDFs. So this is equal to fxx into fyy. Now here we find that fxy, this will be 1 by 2a into 1 by 2. That means 1 by 4a square if x varies from minus a to plus a and y varies from minus a to plus a and 0 otherwise. So this is the joint PDF of the random variables x and y. Now we shall find the PDF corresponding to this variable x plus y. So we assume that capital U equal to x plus y. So this is the new random variable, and we shall assume one more random variable capital V equal to, we can assume anything, but for simplicity we shall assume V equal to either x or y. Suppose we are assuming V equal to x. Now these are the transformation rule. In real variables we assume that u equal to x plus y and v equal to x. From here we can easily find the Jacobian. We know that the Jacobian 1 by j, this is equal to del uv by del xy. From here we find that this is equal to del u del x del u del y. It is del v del x del v del y. This is equal to, now del u del x, if we differentiate it partially with respect to x, then it is 1. Del u del y, del u del y will be again 1. Next del v del x, del v del x equal to 1, and del v del y, if we differentiate it partially with respect to y, then it is 0. From here we find that the determinant is -1, and which is negative for any value of x and y. So here we have found that the Jacobian keeps the same sign throughout the interval where x and y are defined. Therefore, we can use the transformation rule for the continuous random variables. Since the Jacobian keeps the same sign throughout the interval, so we can use this transformation formula. The joint PDF of u and v, this is equal to joint PDF of x and y, it is multiplied by modulus of Jacobian. We have already obtained that 1 by j equal to minus 1, so j equal to minus 1. Now this is equal to fxy, and we have already obtained that the joint PDF of x and y is 1 by 4a square into modulus of j is 1. Now this is equal to 1 by 4a square if x varies from minus a to plus a and y varies from minus a to plus a. So therefore we have obtained that FUV, the joint PDF of u and v, this is equal to 1 by 4a square if x varies from minus a to plus a, and we have assumed that x plus y equal to u and x equal to v. So x varies from minus a to plus a, that means v varies from minus a to plus a, and also y equal to u minus x, that means u minus v. So here we find u minus v varies from minus a to plus a, and it is 0 otherwise. So this is the joint PDF of u and v. But the question is, we have to find the PDF corresponding to x plus y. Now here x plus y equal to u, so we have to find the distribution of u. That means we have to find the marginal distribution of the random variable u. So if we denote the PDF corresponding to the marginal distribution of u by FUU, then we know that by the formula of continuous distribution, this will be the joint PDF FUV of the random variable u and v, and its integration from minus infinity to plus infinity with respect to v. So from joint distribution we can find the marginal distribution by using this formula. If we want to find the distribution of u, then we have to integrate this with respect to v from minus infinity to plus infinity. To integrate this, we first identify this area. Now let us find the area where FUV equal to 1 by 4 square. Now here we find that FUV is a function of two variables u and v. So we assume that this is the u axis and this is the v axis. Now it is given that v varies from minus a to plus a. So if we consider two straight lines, this line and this line, then this is v equal to plus a and this is v equal to minus a. So v varies from minus a to plus a. That means v varies from this straight line to this straight line. So this area is in between these two straight lines. Now let us find the ranges of x. Now here we find that if we consider this straight line u minus v equal to a and u minus v equal to minus a, then we find that the area is in between these two straight lines u minus v equal to minus a and u minus v equal to plus. So we first plot these two straight lines in this graph. So if we plot these two straight lines in this graph, then this is the straight line u minus v equal to minus a and this is the straight line u minus v equal to plus a. Because both the straight lines are parallel, the inclination of these two straight lines with the u axis is 45 degree. So by this area we denote this area shaded in red. So the distribution of u and v, the joint PDF, is distributed within this area, and the mass is 1 by 4 square within this area and 0 otherwise. So from this graph we have to find the marginal PDF of u. Now here we find that to integrate this with respect to v, we consider two cases. In the first case we assume that u varies from minus 2a to 0. So u lies in the left hand side of this vertical line. So if u is negative, then fu, this is equal to integration of the joint mass with respect to v. Now let us put the limits of this integration. Now the lower limit of u is a constant which is minus a here. So the lower limit of v will be minus a. Now let us find the upper limit. Here we find that upper limit is a variable and the upper limit of v can be found from this straight line. Now here we find that u minus v equal to minus a. So v will be u plus a. So the upper limit of this integration will be u plus a. Now this is equal to minus a to u plus a, and in this range the value of this PDF is 1 by 4a square dv. Now if we integrate this, we can find that this is equal to 1 by 4a square into u plus 2a. So this is the value of the marginal PDF if u varies from minus 2a to 0. Next we find the marginal PDF when u varies from 0 to 2a. That means we assume that the point u lies on the right hand side of this vertical line. So if u lies within this range from 0 to 2a, then let us find the lower limit and upper limit of v. So here we find that the upper limit of v is a constant which is a. So the upper limit of this integration is a. Now let us find the lower limit. Now in this range we find that lower limit of v is not constant. It is a variable and the value of v can be found from this equation. So from this equation we find that v is equal to u minus a. So the lower limit of v here will be u minus a. If we integrate this, we can easily find that this is equal to 2a minus u. So we have found the marginal PDF of u. So this is the required PDF of the distribution of x plus y, which is denoted by u. So the PDF of x plus y, this is equal to 1 by 4a square into 2a plus u. If u varies from minus 2a to 0, it is equal to 1 by 4a square into 2a minus u. If u varies from 0 to 2a and 0 otherwise. So that completes the solution. With this we complete this part. See you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.